Pamela Anderson showed up arm in arm with Liam Neeson at the Naked Gun premiere, stunning in royal purple. Liam in a sleek grey suit, both grinning like they had nothing to hide. Within minutes, the internet exploded. Are we witnessing a rom-com come to life? Or is this just another Hollywood illusion? Because behind the smiles, the flirty interviews, and the red carpet glow, lies a story most people don't know. A life filled with loss, scandal, survival, and now maybe a second chance. Fans have been buzzing for months. From cheeky interviews to subtle Instagram clues, Pamela and Liam have been dancing around the rumors. When asked about the nature of their bond, Liam didn't hold back. "I'm madly in love with her," he told people during press for their new movie. And Pamela? She recently said, "There's no romance, yet," with a smile that said more than words. While some write it off as PR timing, others can't ignore the raw sincerity between them. But to really understand why this possible relationship has everyone invested, we have to go back to the scars Pamela's been quietly healing from. Pamela's story didn't start in luxury or fame. Born in 1967 in British Columbia, she grew up in a house shaped by chaos. Her father battled alcoholism. Her parents' on and off relationship created a home ruled by volatility. And while she's called them loving, they couldn't shield her from the worst. Between ages 6 and 10, Pamela was repeatedly abused by her babysitter, a betrayal so horrific she once tried to fight back with a pen, only for the sitter to die in a car crash the next day. Pamela believed for years that she had caused it. It was a weight no child should carry, but her silence didn't end there. At 12, a friend's older brother assaulted her. She never told anyone, not her mother, not the authorities. The guilt from her earlier trauma made her feel responsible for everything. That secrecy continued when, as a young teen, she was attacked by her boyfriend and 6 of his friends. By the time she was old enough to leave, Pamela didn't trust anyone. Humans had failed her. Animals became her comfort, loyal, gentle, and safe. They were the only beings she felt wouldn't hurt her. Modeling wasn't just an opportunity, it was rebellion. At 22, Pamela's face lit up a football game's jumbotron. Within weeks, she became the face of a beer brand, then moved to LA for a Playboy shoot. To some, it looked like a leap into fame. For her, it was the first time she had control. Playboy gave her agency, not shame. She embraced her body on her own terms, flipping the narrative of victimhood. The spotlight led to roles on Home Improvement and eventually Baywatch, where she became a global icon, confident, radiant, untouchable. But personal peace? That was still out of reach. It started like a whirlwind. Pamela met rock star Tommy Lee, and within 2 months they were married. Young, wild, and expecting a child. They looked invincible, until a break-in changed everything. A private tape, stolen from their home, was leaked and sold online. Pamela thought the legal system would protect her. It didn't. Lawyers argued that her Playboy past meant she had no right to privacy. She was publicly humiliated while pregnant, navigating courtrooms and press firestorms. Then came the breaking point. In a moment of rage, Tommy physically attacked her while she was holding their infant son. She filed for divorce, heartbroken. It wasn't just the end of a marriage, it was the collapse of her trust and love. Pamela kept searching for connection, but every chapter unraveled. Kid Rock came next, followed by a miscarriage and a bitter split. Then Rick Salomon, twice, both times ending in separation. John Peters briefly stepped in, but the marriage lasted just 12 days and was never legally binding. Even Dan Hayhurst, her bodyguard turned husband, couldn't break the cycle. Their quiet 2020 marriage ended 2 years later without drama, just a simple end to a story that never fully began. Each relationship promised stability. None delivered. Just when Pamela seemed to be stepping out of the shadow of her past, Hollywood dragged her back in. Hulu released Pam Tommy, a dramatization of the tape scandal, and they never asked her permission. Her trauma turned into scripted entertainment. While Tommy approved the show, Pamela was blindsided. She remained silent publicly, but privately, the show reopened wounds. In her Netflix documentary, she said, "It felt like when the tape was stolen all over again." That's when she decided, enough. This time, she'd tell her own story. Love, Pamela, her memoir, and Pamela, a love story were raw, unfiltered, and finally in her voice, she laid out her truth, from childhood horrors to Hollywood exploitation, from motherhood to survival. Her message was clear: she's not a victim, she's not ashamed, and she's not here to be someone else's story anymore. Her sons, her legacy, her voice, those are what matter now. And maybe, someone like Liam Neeson, a man who's known heartbreak, who's walked through loss and come out with quiet strength, sees that in her. Pamela Anderson has lived many lives. Each chapter has left scars, but it's also shaped a woman who now moves with purpose and clarity. Liam Neeson has also carried his share of pain, having lost his wife years ago and choosing solitude over shallow connection. Are the two just friends? Or has pain finally found its mirror, and maybe its match? Whatever the truth, this time Pamela isn't waiting for someone else to narrate it. She's writing it herself, and the world is finally ready to listen.